Morning! Happy New Year! It's 2021. We survived 2020. 2020 is over and done with. It's gone. It's blown away. It's bye-bye. Thank you for the lessons and the experiences and what we have learned. But well, as the old, I don't know how old it is. There's an old song that's okay. Oh, for tangent. That's a good start of a video, isn't it? So. No, Gunnhildur. Calm down. Okay, let's start with the introductions. Hello, góðan daginn. My name is Gunnhildur. I am an Icelander, live in Iceland. This is my podcast called The Project Pile because I have piles and I have projects and they are in piles. This is a podcast about yarn, knitting, crocheting, and what my cast-ons on. That's a word. What I've cast on, what I'm working on, what I finished, and what I'm planning to do with yarn and anything about yarn because yarn is interesting and fun, just fun. I also talk quite a bit about the weather because it impacts everything. Currently, absolutely fantastic weather. Just almost clear skies. Just the clouds that we have, they are fine. They are wispy. There's creamy golden colors with the backdrop of this pale blue. Should I show you? I want to show you. Hang on. This is currently my weather. Pretty. Right? Lovely. It's so pretty weather. Such lovely weather. But yeah. So my name is Gunnhildur. I need to preface my pronunciation of Icelandic a little bit because I have a what do you call in English? I have a speech impediment, which makes it really hard for me to pronounce R in Icelandic. I am physically incapable of it, which makes it really hard to speak. Being Icelandic and not being able to pronounce the words properly, it's frustrating. It's annoying, and I have spent a lifetime of being envious of people who can roll their R's because I am physically incapable of it. So, honestly, I am not the best at pronouncing Icelandic words because I am physically incapable of it. But my name is Gunnhildur. It's a Valkyr name. One of the Valkyrs of the Norse mythology is named Gunnhildur. Gunn, if I remember correctly, Gunn refers to a spear. Hildur means battle or Hildi, Augusta, yeah, battle. So it literally means spear of battle. Very poetic name. There's a kind of like a counter or mirror name to that, which is Hildigunnur. Same words, Gunnur and Hildur, but you know, different. So it is battle and then spear. So my name is like the poetic version of a ornamental spear, kinda. While Hildigunnur is more like the physical object actually used to fight. Anyway, names, fun. So yeah, if this is one of your first time seeing my podcast, hi, hello, my name is Gunnhildur, I'm an Icelander, and I ramble a lot because I just do, because yeah, but I'm a little bit excited. I'm really excited right now because I want to talk about what the things are that I actually managed to do in 2020 with, because I've been seeing on like YouTube. I actually got this idea yesterday, January the 1st, watching just on YouTube, seeing what people like putting out. A lot of people have been doing these videos about what they've actually finished in 2020, and I've been watching and I've been like, they do a lot. Some people just are just so active. I'm just sitting here being like a little bit jealous about how much they managed to do, but I still, I'm very happy about the things that I did manage to finish, even though a lot of it is not up to the standard that I would have liked, but they are learning experiences. So So where do we start? Like my Glassur, which I haven't finished the sewing on yet. So it's so ridiculous because it's gonna be so quick. But my Glassur, made in the Ice Yarns Merino Chunky, it is originally a Garden Studio pattern where they use Melody. I have the yarn for it somewhere because I'm gonna remake this in Garden Studio's actual drop yarn. And I am not going to admit that I can't remember quite where I put the yarn because that would be silly because I am never going to admit it, but you can read between the lines. But this is my version of the Glassur in the, as I said, Ice Yarns Merino Chunky. I love this yarn. I mean, I didn't do, like, I did do a good job. Come on, good look. Be nice to yourself. I love this yarn. It's so nice, it's chunky. It's so soft and lovely. I mean, this is a learning experience. This is the first time that I knit a shredder from the top down. So everything down to the yoke is so good. But then we come to this part, and I'm obviously doing something really weird with the knitting because what happened here? Like, it looks completely different. So there's definitely something in my technique that I need to learn. So that's another thing. You know, one of the first things that I'm going to need to learn is how, because this is knitted in rounds, so it looks really good. But when it comes to me knitting back and forth, I do something weird. And I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what the weird thing is, but at least these sleeves match, so there's that. But this is something that I need to learn. How to do that knitting properly, because I'm gonna redo this sweater in the drops. I think it's Melody rather than Air. Is it Air? It's some lovely yarn, and I need to find out what it is I'm doing wrong or different. What I'm doing different because I want to make it look proper. So I need to learn that. I also crochet myself a cocoon. Again, I haven't put the ends away. Lesson number 2. Do the ends, because that means that when you actually want to use the things that you make, you can actually use them. But this is a crochet cocoon. Very easy. I'm gonna link. I'm gonna link all the patterns down below. So I need to put the ends away, but so nice. The yarn I used for this from Ice Yarns, but it was in clearance section for like 1 or 2 years ago, and they don't have it anymore. But look at the bulkiness of this. It's so nice and warm. Like, and I love the color. It's like, yeah, it look real nice. I think with a t-shirt anyway, but like a long sleeve thing. Oh, love it. And it was I mean, it did take a little while to make, and it did get a bit heavy at the end. But something like this is so simple. It's just you literally crochet up a huge rectangle and then you sew up the ends. That's it. And you put the ends away, so... But I haven't done that because that's something that I just don't apparently do. So I did manage to finish that. Also, actually one of the first things that I finished, we are keeping the wrap around to the last of these things that I've got quite a bit of use out of. And it's one of the, I think it was one of the first things. I had to check on my Ravelry to find this out. But this is one of the first things that I managed to finish. This is a Boatneck sweater. That is so different. Like, this pattern for me is weird because here in Iceland, at least the way that I learned how to knit sweaters, we'll always knit it in the round because then there's no sewing and all you have to do is put away the ends, which is a thing that I have apparently a problem with, and yeah, it's a whole lot sewing. But this is so quick and easy to make. You just knit up basically 2 rectangles and then 2 of these like shaped almost rectangles, and sew it all together, and you have a lovely, lovely sweater. I made this out of Stylecraft Aran, and this yarn is actually, I had 3 skeins of like Stylecraft Aran for almost 15 years. And I finished it. I finished, and I'm worn it. It's so nice. Obviously, I mean, I've been wearing this one quite a bit, so it needs to be washed. But I am so pleased with it. Like, so pleased. And now that I also completely finished and put the ends away, but the blocking went a little bit weird, so it looks wonky. This is a cardigan called Katla, and it's originally made out of Icelandic wool. I think it's made out of einband, but I made it out of Hobbycraft's Get Your Fluff On. Oh dear, can I scoot you a little bit? Because fashion show, apparently. A little bit, yeah. Goes just like halfway down my palm, past my bum, is such a good length. But as I said, my blocking went a little bit weird. But yeah, it's nice. And I finished it. This is another pattern that I'm gonna read you. Oh yeah, also one thing about this yarn, Get Your Fluff On, is really staticky. There's so much static in it, but I mean, it's nice. And I finished it with this. That's the whole point. But the fifth, I'm actually quite proud of myself. But I did manage to finish my Saga An Flettu that I've been working on for the past 2 months. I did finish it on the last day of the year, and I'm disappointed. So, the thing that I've been working on this past year has been making my cast off softer, because my cast off has been really, really tight, and I did manage it. Like, my cast off is decently soft. Still rather tight, but the thing that I need to learn is start off with making a gout swatch, because I didn't, and B, learn how to make a softer cast on. My cast on is so tight, I could strangle a man with the bottom of the sweater. It's not as bad with the sleeves, but it's still tight, which is so weird because around is around this same time I cast on this shawl, and the cast on is so much softer. It's so much like boiling. So I don't know what it is with this yarn. This is lopi. This is lätt lopi, and it's rather fine. And I made it so tight. I must have been stressed when I was casting on, but I can just about hold on. Like, I have legit been sitting around just trying to stretch it. It's like way too tight. It's not nice. And so lesson number 3, learn a different way of casting on, because this is just heartbreaking. You can see how it is ridiculously tight. It should not be this tight. As for my cast off and my gouts, I mean, it's supposed to be like, I have a picture here somewhere. like, it's supposed to be somewhere around here. Yeah. Not quite. Not quite. Maybe I'll manage to fix some of that when I wash it. Look. This is just... but yeah, majorly the cast on is what I need to work on. Because this is ridiculous. I have literally come very... I mean, I should be able to wear it. Like, I'm gonna be stubborn and wear it still. But I need to learn other methods of casting on, because this can potentially just absolutely ruin a project. And it kinda did, because it's really tight. It's hella tight. But it was so good to just go over everything that I've been making this year, because I didn't realize how much I actually made and how much I actually finished. Because I've been so focused on what I didn't finish. But like, this year, and I got a lot of wear out of this one. This is On This Sea Train. It's a pattern I found on Ravelry. I hadn't really used this one nearly as much. These are both made out of ice yarns, Fantasia yarn. This is a wool and acrylics blend. I absolutely love it. But for some reason, it just... sometimes it's absolutely available, so other times it's like not. So I don't know if they're... I don't know. I keep panicking that they're going to discontinue it, so... But this pattern, if you haven't tried it, absolutely recommend it. It's so simple. I love it and nice. Also, I've been using this. It's probably gonna drop, you know, probably gonna fall apart before I stop using it. Another Fantasia. This is a really big cowl. Haven't really used it, but it's like, that's because I don't know how to use cowls. I'm like, I want to make it, but then I'm like, how do you use big cowls? Like, I'm used to like tighter ones that you just plop on and it protects you from the weather. I don't know how to use big cowls, but I am gonna learn how to. Because I made it, so I want to use it. And then there's the Lion Brand's Latter Shawl, or was it shawl or was it a scarf? I can't remember. Obviously they use their own yarn, but I had this Ice Yarns discount yarn that had been sitting on my stash, and I had no idea what to do with, because it looked so very different from every other yarn that I've, you know, ever gotten used to. So this is like ribbon type yarn, and I mean it was a bit stiff when I was using it, but then I washed it and it's actually quite reasonably soft, and I absolutely love the pattern. I mean, in retrospect, because that's the thing, I probably should have used a little bit bigger needle so that the pattern would be more like obvious, but still a pretty scarf and I like it. So then there's a cobweb that I got out of one of my calendars, and it's actually really pretty, really simple shawl, because you basically cast on whatever width you like, and then you just knit until you finish it, get to a length that you like, then you cast off. I cannot remember what the... I remember it was cobweb something, and I remember it was in one of my knitting calendars for like 2018 or 2019, I cannot remember, and I need to find that out so I can credit the person who inspired me, because obviously I did not follow her instructions, because if I remember correctly, I cast on 84, because I'm born in 1984. I think the original pattern was like cast on 50, which would have been more than enough, because this is huge. But I had one of Ice... Oh, there's the other one. I'm gonna get it. I had Ice Yarns cakes. Mohair cakes. In the pink, salmon, grey and lilac. Ta-da-da! and the colors are just absolutely gorgeous. And I cannot remember, I think it was a maybe 10 mil, I cannot remember the size of the knitting needles, but they were rather on large size. So you get this nice cobweb Canadillo, and it is actually ridiculously large, and I love it. The colors are so nice and so soft. It's like, love it. So if ever you have like mohair, like cakes, let's say from ice yarn, and you don't really know what to do with, I would really recommend just casting on a ridiculous number on a bigger size needles. Just knit until your cake is done. These are 3mm, so I can easily imagine them using a 6mm or 8mm. So, and they're so soft. Love it. Now, other big sized objects. 3 shawls in my favorite pattern that I need to... Listen, I have tried to make this like a tutorial for this pattern that I have no idea who originally made it. But it's like almost 20... how long has it been? Like 15, 17 years? I cannot remember. But it's a pattern from somewhere. It's a crochet. Extremely simple pattern. And as I said, I've tried to like film the tutorial, but those were a mess. And I'll keep on trying to make something, but I don't know how I'm gonna do it. But this pattern, it's so simple, and the end result is this lovely triangle shaped shawl. It's just so pretty. This is yarn from Ice Yarns. I cannot... this was yet another one from their sale. So this yarn I don't think is available anymore. But it's nice, it's shiny and pretty. And this yellow, kind of goldenish black one and black and red one, both are Fantasia, because Fantasia is absolutely lovely. So the thing with Fantasia is that when you order, you get 4 skeins in a pack. When you use the whole pack, you get big, lovely shawls. This one, I think, yes. This one, I used 3, I think, probably, yes, because 1 skein went into making this sea train hat, and then a shawl to go with it. Let's see. Yep. And then I used the whole pack to make the red and black one, and I love it. It's lovely. Over to the side, thank you. Now, oh, I'm actually gonna show you one of my... I'm itchy, sorry. My still ongoing that I haven't actually tossed in weeks. I'm still making... It's the same pattern for a shawl, but I'm using the James C. Brett cake thing that I murdered in, I think it was January or February of last year, because it was the... It was a very bad cake. Like, the ends were not user-friendly, let's just say that. And I managed to unravel this one in the autumn, or in the fall, I cannot quite remember when. And I managed to salvage this much of the yarn and start working on yet another shawl, because you can never have too many shawls in this pattern. It's just... I need to make this tutorial. I need to make a tutorial, like a video that actually shows you what's happening, because most of what I was doing, I have autofocus on this camera, and I still managed to have everything out of focus. I need to show you because you're gonna love it. Anyway, so still working on that one. As for other finished objects, whew, still on ice yarns, because ice yarns just, I have a lot of it. There is, I can't quite remember the name of it, but it's like this twisty type of yarn, and it's like you make scrubbers and stuff like that out of it. Like, this is, I only ordered 1 pack of their twisty in this colorway, and I just crocheted something, like there's no pattern for it. I just made something, and you know, just to like wash your dishes or something. And then I decided to make a like an experiment with the rest of the skein. This I knitted, so it's like boyoyoyoing. Like stretchy, it's kind of flexible. Knitting with it, I remember, was rather unpleasant because it's a really, really rough yarn. So I decided to, with the rest, to crochet. And I crocheted this. It's just extremely simple, like, I think I did like a single crochet. Looks like it. So, honestly, if you are ever gonna use like Aishan's twisty like scrubber yarn, probably better to crochet with because it's really, really rough on the hands, but you do end up with a nice product, and I really love it. So these are for scrubbing at your dishes. Again, I think I would definitely recommend more to crochet with it because you get a more like sturdier thing to work with. As for actual dishcloths, I only made 2 this year. Like, because, and I'm a little bit shocked with because dishcloths and all that type of things, they're so simple and easy to make, but I only made 2. I mean, discounted the twisty, but 2. I made this lovely blue one. Oh, you can't quit. Why can't someone pick up the pattern in it? I think this was Mandarin Petite cotton. And again, do you notice the little end that I did not put away? That's number 1, wasn't it? Do better with the ends. But I did also make this white one. Really pretty, and I'm really proud of it. So yeah. Oh no, there's more. Again, with the ends. But I crocheted this just shortly before Christmas. I made 9 of these to put on the little Christmas tree down in the foyer. Really happy with that. And when I finished the lovely little red one, I decided to end the year with making a facial scrub. This is patterned on Ravelry, and I made this with Ice Yarn's natural cotton. Somewhere. But it has this strap on the back. This is crochet. And I held the yarn double. And I am so happy with it. Like, it's not perfect. Nothing I ever do is perfect, but because I really, really want to stop using like the cotton pads. I want to start using something reusable. So yeah, this is what I actually managed to finish in 2020. As I said, still have to finish this one. I have quite a few patterns still to finish. Like, my battery is running out. This is a reoccurring problem. But like, come on, here, oops, like this cropped little sweater that I actually cast on January 2020. I haven't finished because I'm making up as I go. Again, made out of Stylecraft Aran. The thing that I have left is just the top part. Like, my cast on is actually pretty good on this one, so I don't know what's with my cast on. But I only have to do like the top part. Just make something up with that. I haven't husked my lovely wrist shawl, which is this super simple, the simplest knitting pattern from the Ravelry. Haven't touched it, need to keep working on it because it's lovely. Made with this rainbow line that I found on Wish, therefore I call it the Wish shawl. But I'm pretty sure you can find this yarn in other places. Need to keep working on that. Still haven't started this skein. It's the Ice Yarn's Magic Baby in this pink, white and neon colors. I am working on, let me pick it up. And this I started in 2019 and I still haven't finished it. But it's the simplest version of granny squares and I'm gonna make a blanket out of them. But I can't make a blanket out of it if I don't, here, if I can't finish the, you know, the squares. So that's on 2021. The wish shell, the thread I just showed you, this, the shawl I just showed you, you know, the other one. This lovely blanket that I've been working on since 2019 or 2019. This I'm making with Hobby Crafts Baby Brilliance in the peach. It's also lovely, just simple wavy pattern. I keep thinking about it, but I keep starting on something else, like, so that's another thing that I need to finish. And as I was showing you just now, and I have been knitting a little bit with it, this is the tummy clap shawl that I'm making out of Ice Yarn's Cakes chain. Working on that as well, so. And yet another thing I need to finish in 2021 so I don't drive myself absolutely bonkers is the lambkin blanket. Like, I still have one pack left. I still just have this one skein left that I'm working on. And I need to finish it because I want to wash it and I want to wrap myself up in it. Because it's gonna be so wonderful. Also, I want to finish things, so. It's the baby blanket I need to finish, it's the lambkin blanket I need to finish, the granny square blanket, the little wish shawl, the craft sweater, the like crochet cobweb or netted shawl. That's 6, and did I count the tummy clap shawl? I think I did. So yeah, beginning of 2021, I'm gonna finish some of the projects that I already have going because I want to. But yeah, this has been me in 2020. I actually finished quite a few things, some things that I am absolutely ridiculously proud of. Though I'm really surprised I didn't make any more this class. And something that I'm not as proud of, but this is a learning. So, the things that I need to learn and do better with. Putting away ends. Actually finishing the objects that you're working on, lady. I need to learn a new way of casting on. Because I can strangle someone sometimes with what I'm doing. And what was the third thing? I forgot the third thing because I forgot the writing down. But this is, I'm still pretty happy about what I managed to finish in 2020. I actually finished things. So yeah. I'm actually ridiculously happy with it because learning, like, there are, okay, actually yes, you can make mistakes, and that's the thing about with any kind of craft, anything that you're doing, make mistakes, because that's the best way to learn how to do right, is you make mistakes first. And I am actually ridiculously happy about the mistakes that I made because that means I have something to learn. Because now I need to learn, and I do need to learn, to do cast-ons. Just more than just the basic one that I know how to do. And also, yes, make swatches. Yes, make out swatches because that may be, you know, save you 2 months of work and until then realize that you made absolute mistakes. 2 big ones. Cast-on was too tight and I actually did something with the body, probably something with the gauze. Oh yeah, and I need to learn what I'm doing weird with when I'm just knitting back and forth. I need to know what I'm doing weird there. I'm not gonna say wrong, because honestly I think that twisted kind of stitch looks really interesting. It's not what I was aiming for, but it looks interesting, so. That's been 2020! It's been weird! But yeah, 2021 is gonna be a learning curve. I'm gonna finish some of the objects and I'm gonna finish them. Hold me accountable. And who knows? Who knows what I'm gonna do then? But yeah, thank you for watching and I'll see you later. Bless bless!